Yo, what's up, guys? MPW Sports signing in. And going into the 2026 NFL season, there's one big question for the Las Vegas Raiders, and no, it has nothing to do with Maxx Crosby. This question is, should Fernando Mendoza actually be the Week 1 starter at that quarterback position? You're going to talk about a heavy investment where you're selecting a quarterback number 1 overall in Mendoza to be your franchise changer and the guy that you want to come in and be your quarterback for the next 8 to 10 to 12 or however many years into the future. The Raiders did pull off a move this offseason and signing veteran quarterback Kirk Cousins. Now, there are things that can go into signing Kirk Cousins. One, he could be the bridge quarterback between himself and Mendoza when Mendoza is ready. Two, they believe that he could be a great mentor for Mendoza, and both of those things can narrow itself true. When we look at this Raiders offense, yes, they did bring in Tyler Lindebaum at that center position to help with the offensive line that kind of struggled this past season. You do have Brock Bowers at that tight end position, who's emerging himself to be one of the better tight ends in the NFL. Now, one place I think the Raiders still lack, even after things this offseason, is at the wide receiver position. Trey Tucker's solid, but I don't see him as a true number 1. Jalen Naylor, Jack Beck, also at that wide receiver position. I still think this wide receiver position still needs a little bit more work. And then you add a backup tight end like Michael Mayer, who can come in and make production, and he's proven to be a productive tight end when Brock Bowers was down at times with injury. Now, today's video is being brought to you by SeatGeek. Now, SeatGeek is a great place to go for your tickets, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, hockey, concerts, sporting events of all kinds, wrestling, even comedy shows. SeatGeek is your place. SeatGeek will grade your tickets on good deals or bad deals. Red means bad, the green means a good deal. And we also give you guys a hookup where you can save some money on tickets using code APW Sports at checkout to save yourself 10% on your tickets. Thank you for SeatGeek for sponsoring the channel, and let's get back to the video. Now, Ashton Jeanty at that running back position, I think has a really bright future now that you invested into the interior of your offensive line that can help with the running game. And I've always said on this channel that a young quarterback's best friend is a productive run game. But I will be 1,000% honest with you right now, and you guys can leave your thoughts about this in the comment section down below. I truly believe that Fernando Mendoza should not be the starter Week 1. And no, it has nothing to do with his ability. No, it has nothing to do with him, oh, I think he's going to be a bust, or I don't think he's the quarterback of the future. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. I think it has more to do with, I think he has get some time to get adjusted to an NFL offense. I think with Klint Kubiak in as head coach, I think this Raiders organization should be a little patient. You have rookie head coach, rookie quarterback. I don't think you throw Fernando Mendoza to the Wolves exactly right away. One, because even though they did invest in Tyler Lindebaum, I personally believe that this offensive line is still a bit of a patchwork, and I still think it needs a little more work to be done to it. We're talking about DJ Glaze right tackle, Jackson Powers Jackson, Johnson at the right guards, Buford at left guard, Colton Miller, who I think is solid at left tackle. I still think a little bit of the interior needs some work, to be honest. And then when we're talking about the wide receiver position, I don't think this Raiders roster really has that number 1 target or someone that can establish themselves as a number 1 target outside of Brock Bowers at that wide receiver position. Now, yes, Ashton Jeanty can be a quarterback's best friend as far as what he can do, not only running the football, but him being a threat in the passing game as well. I just think coming from the offense that he came in with Indiana with, they did not run a lot under center. They did a lot of spread. I just think it's going to take Fernando Mendoza a little bit of an adjustment period to get under center and play from under center. Now, yes, one thing could be argued here is that Fernando Mendoza will only get better with playing. And I truly do believe that. But with the things that this Raiders team has been going through these past couple of years, and last year being a horrid of a season, and I still don't think you have just enough to warrant Mendoza starting week 1, I think Kirk Cousins will come in and not only be a great mentor for Mendoza, but kind of steady the ship until the organization and Klint Kubiak really gets like, okay, I think we're ready for Mendoza. And personally, I think Mendoza probably doesn't play till probably around week 7, week 8, unless Kirk Cousins comes out of the gate and just looks absolutely terrible, which I personally don't predict that happening. I still think Kirk Cousins has some really solid football left under his belt. Is his best years behind him? Absolutely. Whether we're talking about 2022, when the Vikings had a really good year and won the division, I think that type of Kirk Cousins is behind him. But I still think he can come in and steady the ship. Mendoza can sit on the sideline, watch how a quarterback can run an NFL-style offense that Klint Kubiak likes to run. And we've seen Klint Kubiak do good things with quarterbacks. We could just take last season with Sam Darnold with the Seattle Seahawks, and he played well in the final stretch of the year to lead them to a Super Bowl championship. Do I think the Raiders have the potential to be a good football team in the future? Yes. Do I think they need to rush anything? No. Because they're still in the division with the Broncos, the Chiefs, and the Chargers, who, honestly, I think are leaps and bounds better than them. But can the Raiders be, say, there in the next 2 to 3 seasons with some right offseason moves, with developing a Mendoza? I do believe so, now that you have a brand new coaching staff in place. But if I was the Las Vegas Raiders, this is something I would not rush the process of. I will take my time with this. Make sure Fernando Mendoza is fully developed as an NFL quarterback. Let Kirk Cousins start the season. Let Fernando Mendoza sit and watch and learn. Get in the film room, learn. And then when you think, okay, he's ready, then you throw him out there on the football field when he's properly ready. He has the talent. He has the tools, but me personally, I still think he needs a little bit more development, and I think Kirk Cousins should be the starting quarterback for the Raiders week 1. But that's all I've got. Make sure you guys leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would really love to see what you guys think. Like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so we not miss a silly thing. There's a lot of things coming on this channel, so you guys don't want to miss it. But I'm APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Have a great and excellent day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.